You're going into the gym. You're starting to lift weights. When do you build the muscle? When the weight feels easy? No. When you can barely lift it anymore. When you're near failure, that's when you actually build muscle. And the same is true for real life. When the times are tough, when it's challenging to keep up the work ethic, to do the daily habits that you promised yourself you would do, that is when real growth happens. That is when you develop the discipline that you didn't have before. That is when you grow to become a stronger person. And so that is also true for NOFAP. From a perspective of NOFAP, on the tough days you have urges. And I hate procrastination. I talked about this in my last video. But there is one time where I always procrastinate. It's when the voice inside my head says, "Hey bro, do you remember the last time you watched porn?" And I always think, I'll think about that later. Or when you say, "Hey, you know this name, isn't this the same name as a porn star?" And you know what I think? I think like, "Hey, I don't know, but I'll think about it later." And so even if you had an urge from porn, hey, I think this would be a good timing to watch porn. There is nobody around. You have nothing to do for the past 5 days. You have nothing to do for the next 7 days. For the next 3 days, there is no social. You aren't gonna meet any friends. You aren't gonna meet any people necessarily, other than going to the shop and perhaps showing up at the gym. But that is when times are tough. And that is when you should say, "Hey, I think I'll think about that later." And even when you think about it, it's like, "Hey, I think I'll do that later." Another time, because right now I'm busy. Right now I'm trying to become a better student, become somebody who helps people overcome porn, because that is your purpose. At least that is my purpose. Your purpose will be different in some ways and similar in some ways. I'm sure most people want to become a functioning member of society. I think that's probably like 95% of people out there. And so what I'm saying today is, when times are hard, just keep showing up. Just keep showing up. Don't stop doing the fundamentals. Obviously, look at what you're doing, evaluate. If there is something that got you there, change it. But if you're in a tough environment, like you have something coming up that is making you extra stressed, keep pushing. Don't give up. Right now, you're becoming the man that you weren't before. You're becoming stronger, faster, better, sharper, and more disciplined. Yeah, as you probably imagined, I'm having some tough times. No, don't worry, I'm not having urges. It's something else. I have some university deadlines coming up, and one of the most important things in life is to stay focused. And I have been focusing on only one thing: taking care of my business, growing it, and helping more people to overcome porn. By the way, link in the description if you're interested. So, I've been thrown off extremely hard by this for some reason, which I do not know of. I'm really, really bad at multitasking. Like, if there's even 2 things I have to do that aren't like ingrained as a habit, I suck at that, to be honest. Going to the gym, that's easy because I do that every single day. But studying for 4 hours randomly during one day, almost impossible. But not impossible. And so in these moments, I always say like, hey, you're gonna fail. I don't say that. The voice in my head says it. You're gonna fail. It's impossible to do. But over the time, I learned that you should still do it, even if you're gonna fail. Just do it badly. And there is a really good chance that you're actually not gonna fail. So I guess let's see what happens. And to be honest, consciously, I really hope I fail. And it's not like it doesn't really have a big impact on my life if I fail at this or not. But if I fail at it, I will be less emotionally invested in university and the more emotionally invested in my business. And as I'm starting to grow the business, to be more inclusive, to serve more people, because right now the only thing I really do is coaching, which is like, it's pretty expensive, to be honest, for the average person. But soon I want to do other things as well that aren't so expensive and that still help people that are struggling with porn addiction, who can't necessarily afford the time investment or the money investment that I'm asking for the coaching calls. Yeah, so tomorrow's the big day, and hopefully after that the quality of the videos will keep on rising. And so I'll see you guys tomorrow. Take care until then, and remember, if you have any urges ever to watch porn, to watch Instagram, to have a daydreaming session about something useless, schedule it way ahead. Say to yourself like, hey, yeah, that sounds like a good idea. I'll watch some Instagram reels really soon. Just not right now. Just not in this moment. I'll do it later. And keep procrastinating.